For the last few months, I've been experimenting with a new type of social media template for churches, and amazingly, this type of post has quickly become one of the most popular within our social program, and hundreds of churches are seeing great engagement with this kind of post. And so in this video, you'll learn all about what I like to call the church invitation template, and I'll share with you 11 real examples of what it can look like.
Well, hey there, and welcome to Pro Church Tools, the show to help you share the message of Jesus while we try and navigate the biggest communication shift in 500 years. I'm your host, Alex Mills, joined as always by Brady Shearer.
Every month, Alex, hundreds of churches rely on me to create social media content for them, which can feel like quite a burden because when you sit down to a Google spreadsheet and you see 31 blank days and you have the creative standards that I do because I am a 1 on the Enneagram, which means I am a perfectionist, which means every month I have to start over and create a perfect series of monthly social media posts. And because stop the scroll and repeat equals defeat is so true on social media, I can't just keep redoing the same things over and over again. And so I'm always trying to create new things. I'm trying to discover new types of templates and content that will work on social. And one month I created a post that basically used a bit of misdirection and a little bit of trolling to invite someone to church. And churches loved it. And then I kind of went away from it. And then you came to me and said...
Well, I brought it up and thought, because churches love that post so much, and I thought, and our church is using this social media program as well, I was thinking to myself, oh man, I would love to have an invitation to church post every week. So like every Saturday, for instance. And we talk a lot about season 167 and not pointing a lot back to your past Sunday service or ahead to your next Sunday service during the week and using social as ministry to engage people where they're at. But I thought that there was a place for that church invitation post, especially on a Saturday. And I thought there should be one for every week. So I chatted with you about it and we gave it a shot. And the response was incredibly positive. Churches were like, oh yeah, this is great for us. It checks off, 4 posts per month. So out of those 31 posts, 4 of them, 4 Saturdays, we know our church invitation posts. And our church is responding really well to this. People love these posts. And so we're running with this idea.
Essentially, the post is very simple. It goes live on a Saturday, and it comes up with a new way, because repeat equals defeat. So, I'm always trying to find a new way to share this message, but the message is simple. Church is tomorrow. We'll see you there. And repeat equals defeat means that visually, you always want this type of post to look unique. You never want it to look different, but you can use the same type of template as long as it's a different way of accomplishing that template. And so that's what we do, 4.33 Saturdays every single month. Some are 5, most are 4, where we have to create a new type of church invitation post. Really, there are 3 benefits to this type of post. The first is that it builds anticipation for church tomorrow. And because a lot of people don't attend church as much as they used to, seeing a reminder on Saturday can be super helpful. Just, oh, church is tomorrow. And that is a reminder. Oh yeah, okay, that means I gotta get up at this time, and I gotta get the family ready, and we're gonna head to church, and that's great. They're thinking about it. They're excited for me. I'm excited for them. And that's really the second benefit, is that you demonstrate to your congregation that every single Sunday is special. My friend Stephen Brewster, he loves to say there's no such thing as just, another Sunday. Every Sunday is unique, and every Sunday is special because life change can happen and should be happening every single week, which means that there's no such thing as a throwaway Sunday. And if you post every single Saturday a see you tomorrow at church thing, and again, it's not just black text on a white background. It's the same thing every Saturday. Every single Saturday, you're coming up with a new creative way to invite people to church the day before. It demonstrates to your congregation, man, if they're going to work this hard on the invitation, the service is going to be really special.
It's going to be great.
Exactly. And then the third and final benefit, Alex mentioned it earlier, it kind of crosses off one day of the 7 every single week. So you have only 6 days of the week that you need to fill in with other social media content, because every single Saturday there's a church invitation post, which is super helpful for planning. We know that people love social media calendars, which is kind of what inspired the social program about a year ago. And this church invitation post, it wasn't a part of our original social program. It wasn't part of my kind of consciousness of what I wanted to create for it. But what's great about having hundreds of churches using your content is that you get real feedback from real congregations and real ministries. And this new template, the church invitation template, has been dynamite for us. So let's walk through 11 different examples. The first example, which was the OG, the original church invitation post.
Favorite.
Oh, your favorite?
My favorite.
Well, so I've just been downhill from there. I peaked way too
It was
early.
a stroke of genius.
I've never been able to recreate it. So
Yeah.
essentially, this was a slideshow post. We turned it into a single image so you could use it on Facebook. But the original example was meant for Instagram. Essentially, there's 2 videos. The first video simply says, "What has 3 legs, 1 tail, but weighs nothing?"
I think one of the reasons this one is my favorite because it reminds me of one of my favorite jokes. What's green and has wheels?
I don't know.
Grass. I lied about the wheels.
Oh my gosh, why am I friends with you? Why does anyone use our social program? Because it's essentially the same joke.
Yeah.
I lied about the wheels. Pastor Alex.
I know.
So the first slide, it's a video. What has 3 legs, 1 tail, but weighs nothing? Then you swipe, because it says swipe to get the answer. Then you swipe to the next slide, which simply says, no idea. But now that we have your attention, this is us inviting you to church. See you there.
Savage.
It's a great move.
Yeah.
So that was the original one. And since then, we've created and recreated this idea in so many different ways. The second example was what we call the jackpot church invitation. Essentially, you have one of those machines that you'd see in a casino.
Slot machine.
That's what it's called. We've talked about this post before, and I also couldn't
can't
remember the word for the slot machine
That's
then.
a good sign. It means you don't frequent the casino very often.
Yeah.
What does it say about me?
I'm virtue signaling by forgetting different names of
Nice,
items.
nice.
So you pull the slot machine handle, trigger, handle, slider,
I don't know. I don't go to the casino either. So I don't know.
thingamajig, and then you go through all of the different options. What are you going to get? Maybe you're going to get that number 7,
Cherries.
the cherries. Oh, wow. The first one pops up and it's a church emoji. And the second one, it's a church emoji.
Third one, you guessed it.
It's a church emoji. And then
Jackpot.
all of these hand clap emojis come across the
And then
screen.
money starts falling.
No, come on,
no,
Pastor
sorry.
Alex. And then it just says, "Well, we'll see you tomorrow at church." I was showing this example at a breakout that I was at, and there was, a couple hundred church leaders there, and they were watching it unfold in real time,
Yeah.
and they were like, "What's going to happen?" And the whole room burst out laughing when it landed on this because it's funny.
Yeah.
It's corny, of course, but it's enjoyable. It gives you a chuckle, and that's what you're trying to accomplish with these church invitation posts. They're meant to be lighthearted.
Yeah.
They're meant to be, hopefully a little bit cheeky and funny. The third example was a crossword where the answer to the 3-word crossword was church gathers tomorrow.
Nice.
The fourth example, this one was a countdown. So essentially on the video version of this post, it said, "We have exciting news to share." And then there was a 3, 2, 1 countdown. And everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, the pastor's leaving. Oh my gosh, we're planting a new campus.
no.
Oh my goodness, there's a new service time being added. Oh, the pastor's having another baby.
Yeah.
This is going to be amazing. 3, 2, 1. Church is tomorrow. We'll see you there." Got him again with the misdirect. Example number 5, breaking news. And you get that cheesy news
Like lower third
logo
kinda
sting,
graphic.
breaking news, which on Twitter, news outlets use this so well.
Oh, yeah.
Sports outlets use this. They will lead any tweet that is remotely newsworthy with breaking. And then you're like, oh my goodness, what's happening?
Yeah.
Oh, something that's
Yeah, the
inconsequential.
NBA draft is in 9 weeks. Okay. Thank you.
Breaking, the Pelicans have earned the number 1 draft pick. So we kind of took that idea. It says, breaking news, church is tomorrow. Can't wait to see you there. Example number 6, this is kind of a Wheel of Fortune style church is tomorrow marquee where some of the letters are not filled in, and then basically slowly it fills in the letters. So, you get all the R's, and you get all the C's, and then all the H's, and it's like, church is tomorrow. Got him again. Example number 7, this was one that you actually shot, so you can tell us about this one.
Yeah, I love this idea. So this is kind of like, and a lot of churches will use this language, like, we're saving a seat for you. And so what we wanted to do with this post was take a photo of a real seat in a real church. So I brought my camera to church one day and took a photo of kind of like the empty room and focused on one seat. And I taped a blank piece of paper to that seat. So then in post, we cycled through a bunch of names on this. So it looks like it's reserved for you, and it says we're saving a seat for you. And what's great about our social media program is that we offer unlimited customization. So if you wanted to put real names from your church on that seat thing instead of just using the placeholders that we put in there, you could do that as well. But I really like the way this one turned out, and I love using that language of like, we're saving a seat for you, and I think we mean that when we say it.
Right.
And I think it translates really well on social, especially for people who may be apprehensive about coming to church. So this is one of my favorites.
Yeah, we took that philosophical idea. We're saving a seat for you. We're like, no, we're literally have a piece of
Yes, like
paper
it actually
taped,
has
and
your
it has
name
your
on it.
name on it.
Yeah.
And so when I was choosing the names, when I was writing this post, I went onto Google and I was like, most popular names. Then I tried to find a bunch from like different ethnicities.
Right.
And then I tried to make sure like we use the most popular ones. But then we said to these churches, hey, like if you don't have someone named Jennifer or Mateo that goes to your church, like tell us some people that are your names. We'll customize this post and then it's even more uniquely yours. Example number 8, we called this the Life is Better Together church invitation post. Essentially, in the center of the post is a giant emoji and it's like a frowning face emoji because underneath there's no one in church. And then essentially underneath, all these little emoji people start coming to church.
Nice.
And then the sad face emoji kind of tilts from a sad face to just like a flat face.
Neutral.
And then even more, yeah, that's a better example. Neutral, flat face. Goodness. And then even more little emoji people start coming to church. And then it turns from a neutral face to a positive. It's a smiling face. And then even more people come. And then it comes the celebration face emoji.
Nice.
And everyone's happy because life is better together. And then
Yes,
there's
it
a call
is.
to action that says, will we see you at church tomorrow? Because you don't want to make Mr. Emoji
Wow.
sad.
Some guilt. Nice.
Oh, yeah, of course. Just a little bit. Example number 9, weekend checklist. So basically, there's 3 little to-do items on this post. The first one is enjoy some time with loved ones. That one gets checked off. Work on some projects. That one gets checked off. Get to church tomorrow.
Perfect.
That one gets checked off. Example number 10, we took kind of the old riddle rhyme of here is the church, here's the people, here's the steeple, open it up, and here's all the people. And we turned that into a social post because, that's just, I don't know. You knew that one as a kid,
Yeah,
right?
You do the thing with your hands,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
and
Open
like here's all the
here's
people,
here's the
whatever that
church.
means.
Here's
It'll be,
wow,
I know.
Okay, we clearly didn't learn that.
yeah. Don't watch this episode, just listen to it. You should watch it though to see these examples. This one will be like nostalgic for some people who used to do this weird thing with their hands when
what
they
was
were
this?
kids. I don't know. But it's working well for us. So.
Maybe we need, the next one should be like Johnny Appleseed. That was a Christian song,
you know
right?
what?
Like,
I didn't know of that until my brother had kids and they started singing it at the table. I was like, what are we singing? And like uncles are supposed to know everything, so I just kind of like move my mouth as they sing. I'm like, I don't know what this is. I missed this part of.
Okay, in my head, I'm combining Johnny Appleseed with Father Abraham, and now I can't remember which one is which. In my head, it goes, Johnny Appleseed
Has many sons. Yeah.
Which I was like,
Different
that's
song.
not it.
Let's do both
Okay, wait, which one? How does?
for the social post. I don't know how Johnny Appleseed goes. I
still
know
haven't
Father
learned it?
Abraham. No.
But it is the thing, right? I'm not just making something up.
Yeah, it's like a prayer.
Okay, I'm not confusing like a church song with a basketball camp song, right? Because that is something I would do.
No.
Okay, cool. Defense. One thing we always said on the basketball, man, this is a Thursday episode right here. When I was playing basketball in the city, in Toronto, in grade 4, when someone was shooting a free throw under our breaths on the bench, we'd be like, anytime is coffee time is anytime.
What? Why?
Because that was what Isaiah said we were supposed to do. And we were all like, hey, Isaiah's
Okay.
cool. He's the point guard. We got to listen to him.
Oh my God.
Take that ball away. Just take that ball away. Defense.
How can you turn that into a social post? We'll see.
Go to church tomorrow. Just go. Man.
Get saved.
Everyone. Oh my God.
Sorry.
Everyone needs to unsubscribe from this channel and from this podcast. Final example number 11. This was inspired by the booking reminders that you get through text message.
Yes.
So if you have an oil change coming up, I get them for every haircut that I have coming up. So essentially, it's an iMessage design where you get a text from someone that says booking reminder. It's the automated text booking reminder. Church tomorrow. Reply yes, which equals a confirm.
Nice.
And then this person's phone replies yes, and then you get a big celebration
You're
emoji.
going to have people commenting on this post, like on Instagram, just typing yes.
Oh my goodness. Sir, this is not iMessage.
Yeah,
this is
your
Instagram.
mom on Instagram is just like, yes. And then she doesn't think it works, so she comments again, yes. Like, I don't know, I guess. My
You have
spot's not
Janelle with like
confirmed.
18 yes comments.
Like, Janelle.
And the church is like, yeah, get those engagement metrics up.
Yes.
We're working on some future ideas. These have been written, so they haven't actually been created and produced yet. So we can't show you them, but these are some of the ideas that I've been working through for what will eventually be a future month of the social program.
Right.
The first was
Father Abraham. Oh.
Johnny Appleseed had many sons. The comments are going to be roasting us for this, and rightfully so. Rightfully so. Yeah. Jonas, do you know that Johnny Appleseed?
Kind of.
He kind of knows
Yeah.
it. All right, so at least someone in this room kind
Yeah.
of knows it. Of course, one of the pastor's sons. You
Nice.
should be better than this.
I
You know?
should be better.
So some future ideas. Imagine the words "Church is tomorrow, see you there" in black on a white background, but they're out of focus. So you have like a camera where the lens is completely blurred out, and then the post is essentially just the camera lens turning slightly, and it's just becoming more and more in focus. Because why this post I think will work is that people will be going through their feed and they'll see this post and be like, what are those words?
Right.
And then they'll stop because curiosity. We just need to know something. You know, I got to know what this is. And then eventually it's just, church is tomorrow. See you there.
Got him.
And then the final one, this is a bit elaborate and a bit wild and just clearly an example of how I'm way out of pocket with the social program. You know those captchas you get where you're trying to like log in? It's like, we need you to verify.
every picture with a bicycle in it.
Yeah, you have to picture those.
Yeah.
So, yeah, right, that idea, but it's like select all the pictures with a church building in it, and then essentially you verify that, and it's like, success, you did it. Church is tomorrow.
Congratulations.
Got him. People should unsubscribe from the social program.
I can't wait for that one.
That's going to be a good one.
Yeah.
If you have any ideas on how to execute this, you know, you don't need to be a part of the social program to do this. We think that it should be a staple in your weekly social media calendar. And if you do, you know, actually start doing that, that means you only have 6 more days to account for each and every week. So if you have any crazy examples that you think, hey, what if it was a CAPTCHA, but something crazier than that? Because every month I have to come up with 4 new examples. Hey, feel free to share them in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. And that'll do it for this episode of Pro Church Tools. We'll see you next time. Hey, thanks for making it to the end of this video. My shirt says grateful on it, and I would be so grateful if you subscribe.
My shirt doesn't say anything on it, but if it did, it would say thankful, because I'd be thankful if you liked this video.
And if you can't get over how corny we are, like the video anyway. And maybe we'll be less corny in the future. Unlikely, that won't happen.